KLPF 2022. Today we have 10 speakers in this seminar. And now, I present to you Mr. Gau Nair and Ms. Constance with the title MNS Photo Group Journey Creating Conservation Awareness. Give them a big applause.
Hello, welcome to Naturegrapher. I'm Alex Foong, the coordinator for Malaysia Nature Society Photo Group. I would like to share with you a short story on why we are making this video. MNS Photo Group started off in the early 80s and I'm one of the pioneers. There were lots of fond memories with our team being in nature, bringing back images that were now just stored away and possibly never to be seen again. So during the recent COVID-19 lockdown, the photo group committee met and discussed obviously online, where do we go from here? The team suggested let's go virtual with our work and activities other than just our Facebook and official website. We have amazing talents in our team when it comes to still imaging, but going virtual via YouTube, Instagram and blogs are new ventures for almost all of us. Almost overnight, we moved on revamping our official website and are now gathering content on our experiences by sharing it in blogs and YouTube for our Malaysian viewers. Who better to know about Malaysian nature than us Malaysians? We aim to bring to you in a journey to see our beloved nature through the eyes of Malaysian nature photographers. Our ultimate goal is to create awareness by appreciating our nature by sharing memories in the form of images. We also plan to educate those interested in the technical side of photography. When planning content for our online work, we realized that there was a lot to offer and decided to hit the ground running. So please join us and support us in bringing nature closer to our hearts.
Hello everyone, good morning to you this Sunday morning. Thank you for coming to support us and also welcome to today's conversation between me and Gau, right, on creating conservation awareness. Okay, this is our journey and we are from MNS Photo Group. Come join us, our booth is over there in the exhibition hall. Yeah. Okay, my name is Constance. Right, first of all, a word of thanks to KLPF for their unwavering support to MNS Photo Group for an amazing 26 years of collaboration. Thank you very much, Jessica. Thank you very much, Mr. Kim Teo, for supporting us all the way. And today, we're able to be on this platform on KLPF on this program entitled MNS Photo Group's Journey, Creating Conservation Awareness. Thank you very much. And it's heartening to know that KLPF's contents, as you know, has many genres of photography, have many levels from beginners to professionals, and very heartening to know that KLPF has a heart for conservation and preservation of our Malaysia's precious nature, and the biodiversity of animals, flora and fauna that is found in Malaysia. And as Alex said, we Malaysians, who better than us Malaysians to know the treasures of our flora and fauna. Right, these are some of the images and video will run through throughout our talk. And it depicts our journey from day one when we started with Alex's introduction just now in that video of why we embark on our journey using photography and videography. Well, photography has always been with us from eons ago, yeah, right? And it's still images. So for us, we had a sort of brainstorming session, right? To take us forward, besides still photography, we now have a mixed media of still and video photography. And that explains why we set off and how steep our learning curve was to incorporate photographs and video, and what is the best way, right, to inculcate a sense of love for our nature, our Malaysian nature, and the biodiversity, the greatness of the biodiversities of our animals and flora and fauna, right? So, you know, visuals is very important, yeah. Words said, yes, it runs through your brain, but visuals impact both your audio and your perception of the subject, right? For example, you know, it stays in your mind. The visual impact is very, very powerful. So, well, at that time when we started our channel on YouTube, let me introduce to you, our channel is called MNS Naturegrapher. Okay, MNS Naturegrapher was a coined term that I formulated, and the whole committee supported it. Thank you very much, committee. And it explains why we use the word naturegrapher. Okay, nature by itself explains itself. Yeah, like I was just talking about what nature comprises: the flora, the fauna, the creatures, the animals, what is found in our forests that we so want to preserve for our future generations, right? So nature speaks of itself. And why grapher? Okay, grapher by meaning is a person concerned, okay, concerned with the subject matter, a person concerned with the subject matter, or a person skilled in the subject matter. So hence came birth the name MNS Naturegrapher. Okay, big thanks to my committee members for endorsing this new brand, MNS Naturegrapher, as we launch our first episode with Alex there, and then after that so many subsequent episodes, and now we have in total 53 episodes on our YouTube channel, right? And on that part, I will let Gau tell you about the technical part of it, and also our viewers and who are they. Okay, right. Going on, I'm speaking from my own personal experience. When this idea was mooted to start our YouTube channel, well, it was a roller coaster ride for me, you know, because actually none of us knew how to put it all together, you know, how to do the contents, what to do, what topics to choose, right? So for me, it was an exciting journey, a steep learning curve, but nevertheless a very rewarding one. Okay, I started, because of this YouTube channel, I started to read up, started to do research on the species of animals and creatures, reptiles, and their behavior, their breeding, their habitat. Okay, so you get to know more, and then to introduce these things to perhaps the younger generation who doesn't know or haven't had the time to read up on how these creatures or these animals live and breed and sustain their life. Okay, for example, we went to Fraser's Hill, and we were around there, we're looking for reptiles. Part of our MNS group, we have herpetology, which is a part of it that is a focus on reptiles, snakes, amphibians, and other creepy crawly creatures. All right, yeah. So we have various experts in our field, and we have Alex here, who is supporting the group with our filming of the event. Okay, right. And of course, coming to that, right, there are also brainstorming sessions within our committee. Yeah, what to feature, who to interview, what topics is appropriate to be interviewed. Yeah, right. These things build up. Eventually, self-confidence, and it's a great learning experience to say. Yeah, and then came along our MCO lockdown. Now what do? Can't go out, we can't film, we can't simply sit and take a back seat and not continue with MNS Naturegrapher. So that was another learning experience, right? We had people going into their backyard gardens, starting to shoot birds, starting to shoot macro stuff, and sharing it on a Zoom platform, and just going and creating content for our YouTube channel. Well, as I mentioned, like we have now 53 videos to date, yeah, on MNS Naturegrapher. MNS Naturegrapher has a logo. I'm sorry, I mean this logo here is pretty small, but you can see a little froggy with a camera, and then that's us, okay? Search for us on YouTube, click and subscribe, support us along our way. Come forward with your particular expertise, right, that you can share with us and on YouTube for people around the world. We welcome you, right? So over to you, Gau, on the technical part and on his personal experiences too.
Hi, good morning. So I think Constance has covered quite a lot of information with regards to how Naturegrapher came about, and the amount of effort that the team has taken to come up to this level. So exactly 2 years is going to be towards end of next month that Naturegrapher has started off. So we have like what Constance said, about 53 channel releases that we have, and it includes not only us but all our members and also part of the public that we have encountered, right, and got their views in terms of what their experience and also their benefits that they get from the team. So the technical side of it, now when we moved from still photography to videography, there was quite a big transition. None of us were fond of it or familiar with videography. Even though our cameras had that feature, it was very seldom that we use it. So we took the challenge, because when it came to MCO, we couldn't reach out to all our members and then taking them on a journey. So it was next to impossible. So video was the only way that we found possible. So what you're seeing right now is all the amount of effort that we did along the way. The journey was not easy because we had to educate ourselves, and technical side of it was quite a challenge because we need to incorporate quite a number of animations and also graphics to give opportunity for everyone to actually realize what we are talking about, right? And what you're seeing right now is how basically how your pictures get printed, right? So not many people have seen this. Even when going out into nature, right, the whole experience is actually a journey. So even before you start planning wise and all that, so we found that when we are planning for a trip, we have to basically build a storyboard into how we're going to go about that particular trip and what are our plans on the images that we're going to come up with. And then we also have a review session with our experts to share their thoughts on how to improve and also provide necessary information that can further enhance your photography skills. So what you're seeing right now is all the places that we have been, and a personal experience of mine which was quite mind-blowing is actually in Ulu Muda, which we went for 5 days, 4 nights, and it was something of an eye-opener for me because being in the IT industry, it was seldom that we go out into nature and without any Wi-Fi connection or even phone connection, so we were totally cut off. So once we were there, then we realized that how we can appreciate nature And then bringing back those memories is not only through our thoughts. So we brought in a lot of video. So we released 3 videos of Ulu Muda that everyone can actually look at and decide to go and see how you can actually get involved with conservation of the forests and seeing how bad the destruction is around the perimeter of the forest area, right? So what you're seeing right now is basically animation through Google Earth that we learned along the way, and then we incorporated the migration of the raptors from Sumatra to Malacca, right? So this happens annually, and then not many people have seen how, why is it, and which point that the migration takes place. So this is sort of something that we share that people can actually look at, right? So like I said, every image has a journey into it. Don't think that an image is just for sharing on social media and all that. There is a story to it, right? So make sure that you document it, just like what we are doing, right? It's an experience. So when you share with people, people can relate to it and also do the same. So we are going in this route for conservation purposes. And nature is not going to be there waiting for us to not do anything about it, right? We have to be sharing all this experience and together with everyone. And yeah, like I said, it was a big journey for us right up to now. It's not the end, but as you can see, we are still trying to reach a level that probably would try to get everyone involved, right? So yeah, that's all I have. Constance, you want to share anything else? Or?
Yeah, I hope it has been a talk that you found interesting, and thank you for coming and supporting us in this conversation regarding creating awareness for conservation. Thank you.
Any questions on the floor?
Anyone has a question for us?
Oh, by the way, this is in Ulu Muda.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Yes, our booth is inside the exhibition hall. Do come and visit us, and also sign up as a member of MNS to give support for conservation, preservation, and education to the public. Yeah. Thank you all for spending your time here with us this morning. We perhaps still have time, but anyone has a question?
You can watch the video.
Yeah. Yeah, this is in
Ulu Muda.
Ulu Muda. Yeah. So, yes, hi, yes.
Hi, Lloyd here. Just wondering, what kind of event normally organized by your son?
Programs.
Maybe you can explain more about.
Yeah, we have trips off and on where we put on Facebook, and you can follow us on Facebook. On Facebook, it is called MNS Photo Group. You can find us there. And the programs we run, we will be posted there. For example, we have visits to Fraser's Hill, right? Not just for birding, but also for night walks and for herpetology. That means the reptiles and all that. So perhaps morning birding, evening, reptiles, night walk, and also landscape. For example, we go to Sekinchan quite a lot. We organizes trip to Ulu Muda, as you see here. Recently, we went to which one is it?
The macro.
Macro photography in Puchong Town Park. Yeah, a lot of things that we do organize. Last time we went to Cameron's, right, Penang. We choose the spots where it's sort of not very well known to the public, so that you can really see nature by itself. Yeah. Yeah. Hope I answer your question. Yeah.
So when it comes to technical aspect of photography, that is something that we also share. We have experts within the team that can share knowledge in terms of how to be taking pictures like macro, even the fine arts. So it is important that Ulu Muda is another. Kuala Mu was the recent trip that they also did in Sungai Siput. Okay. So that is actually in Orang Asli village that not many people have covered and not too popular. Okay. So this is actually in Taman Tun, right?
Yeah, it's in TDDI in Bukit Kiara Park. Kiara Hill Park. That is Peter Ong, who has certain projects, a few projects on monyet, our different species of primates that he studies. So we do share, his expertise on various type of animals. Yeah.
Actually, we also do have talks, but we have been doing it via Zoom for the past 2 years. We've not been having face-to-face talks. I think this is one of the first after the lockdown, right? So yeah, once we get back into the norm, then we will have sessions like this where we bring in people like Peter Ong and those popular photographers to come and give us talks on technical aspect and also conservation.
I mean, MNS don't insist that you have fantastic cameras or equipment. Although we do sort of impart our knowledge if you use these equipment, but we welcome anyone, even with handphone, kids. We have done some programs with schools, to create their interest in conservation matters, and also to teach them how to take photographs effectively. So this is in Kuala Mu, which is way up north in Perak. So that is the Orang Asli settlement there. So usually our outings, we always bear in mind that it shouldn't be too expensive so that everyone can afford it. But it doesn't mean that we forgo the little simple luxuries of getting our accommodation. It might be quite basic, but still just being together and being out in the outdoors and happy together. This is still Kuala Mu. So basically in our outings we have at least 2 leaders to lead the group to ensure everyone's safety and also to arrange the accommodation and food so that everyone will be well prepared for the kind of terrain or where we live, in the area where we're going.
I think one of the most important parts of our group is the review sessions, right? So we don't normally do reviews via the LCD screen of a monitor or up in a projected manner. So we actually have it printed so that you can actually look at it and see how it is on a printed form, right? And then feedback is also given to you in terms of what kind of paper you need to print on and the kind of quality of images that is required for a particular paper, right? So all those information is something that probably might be new to many of us, right? So this is also shared during our review sessions.
Well, in the review session, we have a few people who will sort of critique, but giving you constructive criticism where you can improve your photography. And I think that is a really good help for you to improve on your skills.
So probably you can see that without the video, you might not be having a experience by just looking at an image, right? So that's the importance here. That's what we're trying to do, trying to bring that experience to everyone in terms of our YouTube channel.
This was the macro photography session in Puchong Town Park, where I haven't been there now for a couple of months, but they had some construction going on there at that time, and there were obviously lesser insects, spiders and all that. So, you know, with construction going on, there you go, on the conservation part of it, part of nature is destroyed, because as you cut the grass, you clear off all the plants that these insects feed on. So there goes the insects, you know. They will take a long time for them to come back because the plants are gone. So that's the conflict between human and nature. Yeah. So this town park was actually dedicated because the people there know that the insects survive there and they breed there.
So this is also recently during the Fraser Seal International Bird Race. So yeah, not many people would have ventured into this event. So again, this is something that we bring to you all via our YouTube channel. A lot of people think that it's bird photography is an expensive hobby. It is. I'm not denying it. But the experience is sort of being bird watchers is also quite a good experience being with our photographers. This is a very expensive optic, so yeah, this was the most recent one that we had.
Certainly don't need to wait for the bird race to happen every year. You can just go up to Fraser's Hill, and there you'll find lots and lots of birds to shoot. And if not birds, then just being in the coolest part in the mountains.
Yeah, one more thing is you meet a lot of interesting people, right? And conversations can be very long when you meet them. So that's another experience that probably would interest a lot of people. You meet people and also build networks, connections, and just like us, it's not like we've been doing this out of the norm. It's all through experience. And this particular clips here is actually, you'll be surprised, it's actually in Seremban Seremban Botanical Garden, right? It's right in the middle of the city, and you can see all these birds. And I personally was there with my friend, and we were walking around and taking photographs of these birds, and the joggers were asking us, what are you all doing, you know? I said, yeah, did you all look up, see what is above? No, they never did. And when I showed them these videos, they were quite surprised what was going on just on top of the canopy. So yeah, we will, you don't need to be traveling too far with us. Right. Probably in a year, 1 or 2 trips probably will be something of a long journey. Rest of it is like a day trip. Even next weekend, we are actually going to Kuala Selangor, to an area where it's a wetlands that seldom people go to. So we do a lot of recce to get into areas that seldom people go and photograph. Right. So it's much more untouched, and a lot of photography opportunities at that time.
So these are some of the things the young kids should know. This bird here is trying to build a nest for the girlfriend. Yeah, like Gau said, you needn't travel very far. In fact, you know, in TDDI, Taman Tun, the Taman Rimba, there are also lots of birds there. If you don't need, if you're not taking photographs for bird photography, then you can just have your binoculars and, you know, and just enjoy nature. Bring your binoculars to the park and you can watch these birds. Yeah. This is a pita.
Okay. This is at the Shah Alam Botanical Gardens. So that's it.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, KLPF. Thank you.
Thank you, Constance and Gau. It's certainly an eye-opening, enlightening experience for us. Okay, to get to know MNS. Actually, I personally attended one of your meetings. You know, as a guest of Alex. Yeah, I just like to share. It's actually, you know, very interesting to be at the meeting. You know, their members, they not only share photos, you know, and talk about how great the photo is. No, but besides that, they also have people. I think in the MNS, you have people who are expert in very different fields, right? Like Stephen is on the snakes and all the creatures, creepy things. But that was so interesting, you know, to know that, hey, this is how I can see this kind of, how to say, wildlife, right? So actually, it's a very eye-opening experience. Okay, I hope that you know, you will join the MNS and experience. It's not about just going out. You know, if you can't go out, you can still attend the meeting and learn a lot of things, right? Yeah. So thank you for MNS, Alex, Mr. Lee, Gau, and Constance, and all the members and who are here today, and also with us every year. You know, supporting the Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival. Okay. So, and helping us to continue the passion in photography and make photography never die.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Today.
Thank you.